All right. I hope this works. We are like in the middle of nowhere. And I know a lot of you guys said I need a gimbal, so I got a camera with a gimbal now. And this is gonna be the first camera that has 4K on it. So I'm trying 4K today for you guys. Also, there's a lot of stuff in the background that you guys don't see, like these mics. I have to set them up to where they work great with my camera sound. So I don't know how it's gonna sound. And I don't know how long this battery is gonna last. So, but it's cool. Let's go inside. Close that really hard. But today we got Cody. Thank you so much for meeting up with me. Do appreciate it.
Nice to meet you. How are you doing?
Awesome. Look at this setup. Another thing with this gimbal is like I could be filming because I don't look at the screen all the time, and I really hope this doesn't happen. Is like I'll be filming a wall while I'm talking to Cody here, so I do apologize if that happens. I'm gonna do my best to make sure that doesn't happen. But yeah, man, thank you so much for meeting up with me.
Of course, yeah.
Gosh. So I see like black.
Yeah, I like things to match.
Yeah.
So I ended up getting the toolbox first, Matco 6S. I originally didn't have this top drawer. This is a separate piece that you can buy. I always kind of wanted a snap-on box, but this was on a guy's truck. It was like a repo, so it was only half price. And I told him, I said, if you can get me approved, I'll get it.
Oh,
and
there
he
you go.
did. So,
yeah, right on.
so I got that.
We're in like a home shop here. Did you wrench professionally at one point?
I did. So I started out, my dad was a mechanic, so I worked with him doing projects for people in the neighborhood and extra money, you know, for the family. And then I would go to work with him when I could, started working at tire shops and oil change places and things like that, and then just kind of progressed in the automotive world. Eventually moved into heavy equipment stuff, and I worked at a lot of fleet companies, so I worked on a lot of the same vehicles, kind of repetitive things and stuff like that, but I've done work kind of across the board. This cart I bought when I was working for a garbage truck company. They had a very large shop, and sometimes you'd be working on the other side of the shop. So I got this and kind of doubled a lot of things so that I could move this around to different areas, sometimes even outside.
Nice.
And it just kind of, you can, if you're starting out mechanic, one of these carts, it could last you for a while.
For sure.
Before I got that toolbox, I had even a smaller cart like this, and then just like kind of a Harbor Freight type of 5-drawer cart.
Yeah.
And I had it packed full.
Really?
Like you can go a long time without buying a toolbox if you can resist it.
Yeah, and this is like massive. Like this is way bigger than a lot of carts I see.
It's a very big cart. You can put a lot of stuff. Unfortunately, it's not the greatest organized because I've kind of used it in different applications and things, but you can put a lot of tools in there for sure.
And I love how this hutch, or I mean this top, like it opens up this bottom
Yep.
portion. And so like there's just like, it's like most boxes, you know, there's like a wall here.
Yeah,
So that's
yeah, that
sweet.
makes it a little easier to get into, and you have plenty of depth
Yeah.
to store good size sockets and things like that.
So you keep a lot of your go-to sockets up here, I guess?
Yeah, so this is a full like metric setup.
Okay.
I've got an all impacts, 1/4 inch, 3/8, and 1/2 inch. These are a set of Matco wobblies. I lost a 15 somewhere, but they're pretty sweet. They don't have the shaft that goes through,
those
so
like the pinless
and they
design.
have a lot better. And once you use them a lot, they get really wobbly, but they're really nice.
I like your use of magnets over here. It's pretty
Yeah,
sweet.
these are, I believe they were Mac brand, little magnetic trays, and I like to just keep random adapters and short extensions and quick grab stuff.
I see a couple ratchets up here. Are these your go-to ratchets?
No, these are kind of my not so go-to ratchets at the moment. That's a Harbor Freight one. The last place I worked with this, I didn't want to have a lot of my nicer tools there.
Yeah.
So these are kind of the low end ones.
Oh, okay.
But This one's a gear wrench, and I think this 1/4 inch, they were a matching set in something. They're supposed to be 120 tooth. They're not bad. Whenever can use power tools, they're good. Nice. I kind of have a love-hate relationship with electric tools.
Yeah.
More so the bigger impacts and stuff.
Okay, yeah.
Just because they say it has so much power, so I try to use it, and I end up wearing them out way too fast. So, but the ratchets, I have not had many issues with, and as long as you break it free first, they run really good.
Nice.
So
we had heaters on in here, and like you can already
it's
see
cooling down quick. Don't have much insulation in here.
Okay though.
Got that one when you really gotta persuade some stuff.
Nice.
This top drawer, when I was working in a shop, I usually used it for my personal stuff.
Okay.
Putting work orders, things like that. In this drawer is a lot of go-to things. A set of Snap-on screwdrivers, picks, they're long reach ones.
Nice.
Some of this stuff's kind of random. It's got some pliers. These pliers are pretty sweet. They're a gear wrench. You can get them in a set. They're kind of a knockoff of the Nipex.
Okay.
So if you don't have the money or don't want to spend the money, they have a similar design. I use these a lot, and I would definitely recommend these if you're trying to save some money. I worked at a junkyard for a little while, dismantling cars.
Really?
So a lot of plastic clips and things like that. That's why I had a lot of these.
Okay.
I would just have, a bit driver and have a bunch of those different sizes in my pocket.
Nice.
So I could switch them out real quick and things like that. Here is metric wrenches.
Nice. Like the whole set here, huh?
Yeah, so that's a gear wrench set, and it's pretty good. I think one of the standard sizes is kind of bound up, but I think that they do warranty stuff. You just have to find a store that is a dealer for gear wrench.
Oh, nice.
This set of Matco ratchet wrenches, I do remember, is kind of one of my first bigger purchases on an actual tool truck.
Oh, is it?
So going from like the Craftsman set that my parents got me for Christmas, when I was 15 or whatever. Once I actually started doing some work, that was a pretty early set, and some of them have been replaced or warranted. That's why they're different length. I don't know why they can't keep that straight, but
that looks cool.
they are Sunex.
Oh, Sunex.
So
nice.
they're just a cheaper brand. I think I did buy them from the Mac guy.
Nice.
I like to get a lot of the little bit cheaper brands and stuff because of how much tools are.
Yeah, for sure.
Really, these are still warrantyable and everything through the tool dealers. So.
Yeah, like the small wrenches, like you're not going to put enough leverage on there to like spread,
Yeah, you're not really going to break that unless you're misusing it.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's really just to get in somewhere where you need the little space,
Right.
Here is standard set, the same gear wrench, ratchet wrench, flex head.
Yeah, I love how you have the entire set. It's kind of rare. Usually people have like, like the smaller set.
Yeah.
But you got like the whole thing there.
I like to try to make it pretty complete and
Yeah.
stuff. I'm particular about my stuff
Yeah.
a little bit, but you can see Harbor Freight wrenches. These are really not bad, and they're cheap enough to where if you lose a few, you can just buy a whole nother set.
Yeah.
And then these Craftsman wrenches I've had for quite a while. Obviously, they've been sitting around. They've been in service trucks, so they're kind of rusty and stuff. Awesome. And let's see. Okay, so this is some of my bigger stuff. A lot of that is a Harbor Freight 3/4 drive.
Okay.
It would come with this breaker bar and then this ratchet. It's kind of a, it's not the greatest, but in a pinch if you had to. This ratchet is pretty sweet, an Easy Red brand, but it's extendable. So you can really get some torque on there if you needed to. I've had to do some tires on some semis without a gun or anything. So
is this like a socket set back there?
this is just kind of basic, cheap tap and die set.
Oh, okay.
So I got this to put in a service truck, just kind of in case. I think
that's a nice little set.
Industrial Supply had the gear wrench like reps at their place one day, and so that's why I have a bunch of gear wrench stuff. Oh, this drawer is a bunch of hammers. I've got some air tools in here. I chose to get a bunch of different die grinders so that I could have different things on them. Nice. And to where I don't have to switch them out. The wrenches they give you for these are pretty thin metal, and they spread open pretty easy.
Yeah.
I try to just one and done, keep it that way. Obviously, these both have cutoff wheels in them, but I would usually put like a burr bit in one of these, or even a wire wheel, stuff like that. I have a few other air tools that I just don't have.
Yeah, the amount of time you save like having multiple, die grinders, it's sweet because you just grab it and go.
Yeah,
not, like,
exactly.
Sitting there fiddling with it.
Yep, I do have 2 air hammers, a Matco one, and this is a Mac one.
Nice.
I prefer the Mac one.
Oh, do you?
This one doesn't really have trigger control.
Oh,
it
really?
is just on.
On and off.
That's where the nice trigger control can come in, where you can just kind of.
Yeah.
This one, it's just brap. Bunch of hammers. I got lots of hammers. I like hammers, different ones.
And then your 1/2 inch, is that a IR?
Yep, this is a IR 1/2 inch gun.
Nice.
I have a few 1/2 inch guns. Don't use air as much anymore.
Oh, gotcha.
But when you need to,
sure,
it's nice to have.
Yeah.
This one, I got another 1/2 inch. I think that's a Cornwell, but it's still an IR.
Oh, okay.
And I think it's about the time when they first started coming out with this different end. I think it's titanium or something.
Oh, okay.
More light. That is something I like about air versus electric, is that these weigh a lot less.
Sure.
I know you've got a cable or a hose hooked to it, but man, if you've got to do tires on something, carrying around an electric gun is pretty rough.
Yeah, absolutely.
The most recent power tool would be these. I upgraded these.
Okay.
I had the Mac version, which is like this, and this bit driver. These are both Mac brand, but as you can see, they're DeWalt. So that's kind of why I stuck with DeWalt, because I already have batteries and chargers and things like that, and then batteries are getting expensive.
Sure.
I got this cool little 1/2 inch just to get into better areas. It's not as strong as one of the full size, but
nice.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Got that little Milwaukee 3/8. I haven't used it much. I kind of traded with a friend.
Oh, did you?
On some other tools and stuff. It's a pretty decent gun for the size. I have this little belt sander. It's pretty sweet. I've used it in quite a bit of places. You can rotate this in different areas, and it's a Cornwell.
It's kind of amazing. Like those, typically you'd see those like at a body shop and stuff.
Sure, yeah.
But like the uses that you can use just as a technician is just, once you get one, man, you're using it all the time.
Oh yeah. I do have this little light. That was kind of a promo.
Oh, that's cool.
It fits a DeWalt battery.
Huh. Is it pretty bright?
It's pretty good, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, maybe this battery's dead.
I was like, oh, that's really bright. That's all right.
And this drawer is just kind of a mess. There's my old Mac impacts.
Okay.
They're, kind of standby or whatever. These are just older sockets that I have. They're just kind of backups, some chromies in case you need a little extra space, and then just a bunch of crap. Some gloves and, old hardware, things like that.
Yeah.
I got this sweet snap-on magnetic hook that works perfect for holding the creeper.
Holy crap,
on there.
That's a
And
huge magnet.
I was told it can be like, it's hard to get off.
Jeez.
I was told it can hold like 40 pounds. Somebody said that they would hang wheels on them in a shop. So
this is your main box here.
this would be the main box. Yep.
Gosh, this top section just seriously transforms this entire box.
Yeah. In a way, I sort of regret it because it's a little high for like a workstation, or if you're doing paperwork and stuff like that.
Gotcha. Yeah.
But when it was down here, it was a little bit low.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So this top drawer is my socket drawer, the main socket drawer.
Oh man, this thing's loaded up here.
It's pretty good. It's got a lot of mix match stuff, Harbor Freight stuff, a few sets of Snap-on, some Matco stuff, even some gear wrench.
I love how you have all of these like modular, like seems like you've got a bunch of like.
I really like these trays. and that's why I've got a bunch of them. It's the same like in the top cart there.
Okay.
I think I originally bought these 2 Blue Point ones first.
Nice.
And they're a twist lock, so it twists and then pulls. So
nice.
they're pretty good about keeping it on there, you know.
Oh, so like when you take it out, they're not like flying everywhere?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I really like them, and I like how it organizes.
So did you typically like take these out like when you're working on stuff?
Yeah, sometimes like if I had to go on a service call and I knew this whole one is all standard.
Nice.
This one is mostly metric, but this one's also mostly specialty ones.
Okay.
Being, you know, wobblies.
Right.
So yeah, sometimes I just grab this whole tray, set it in a tool bag or set it in the back of a truck or whatever, and
Man, that's so smart.
yeah.
What is this a?
So that's a Snap-on 10 millimeter set.
Is that what
All the Snap-on options, and
that's
I think Harbor Freight and some other companies came out with their own version and stuff
This seems
of it.
like
But
the more expensive one.
oh yeah, it was probably a couple $100. I can't remember. I don't want to remember. Got 1/2 inch, and they are the wobbly end. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're a pain. It really sucks if you had to put another extension on there,
right,
or if you were trying to use a wobbly on the end. It makes it a little extra wobbly.
Gotcha.
But they're nice. I do have just some other standard ones. These are just Pittsburgh Harbor Freight. Got the 3/8 ones that are also wobbly. This one is used quite a bit. People would probably call it a transmission one or a bell housing. It's 1/2 inch on this side, but then 3/8 on this side.
Yeah.
So you could put a smaller size wobbly or whatever socket on there.
So now that you're not wrenching professionally, do you still do a lot of tooling in here?
So I do most all the maintenance on my own vehicles.
Okay.
And I have been doing work for friends and family at the moment. I'm working on trying to get my own business going here. Just doing automotive repair or kind of whatever is needed, since I have experience with other things.
Yeah, that's cool.
And I'm not opposed to even doing some mobile stuff, if the price is right or, you know, whatever. So
Cool. That's the joy of like buying your own stuff. You can just take it home and do whatever you want with it.
yeah, and I'm happy about that because when you're working at a place, most of the time all your tools are at work,
Right.
and not all companies are fine with you coming in after hours,
Exactly,
grabbing stuff. So it is pretty sweet that I have everything home now.
Yeah.
So
Man, these are cool. These are like tiny, like square.
yeah, so yeah, those are square drives. All the different sizes, inverted and normal. A lot of equipment things have square drive plugs. They might look like a 1/4 inch or a 3/8 or something, but it's not always the case. So I got that set, and then I don't think I've even used them since I got it.
What are all those red things over there?
These are just thin wall sockets, and they have this as a protector. So they're more for like custom wheels that have a really small hole in there.
So
These things are hard to get off kind of sometimes, but they're just a thin wall.
Nice.
More for tires stuff. I think my dad got these and ended up giving them to me later on.
So did your dad wrench?
He doesn't wrench on cars anymore. He repairs and maintains CNG compressors at fueling stations and stuff.
Gotcha.
But yeah, he did do mechanic work for at least 20 years. And then the company that he's working for kind of got into CNG conversions and things like that. So he's kind of progressed, but definitely still mechanically minded, and I go to him for questions. He can over the phone diagnose things a lot of the time, so
That's awesome.
it's pretty cool. I've learned a lot from him.
Yeah, that's really
I'm very thankful for it. I like this drawer. I like that it's packed pretty good.
Yeah, it's
I
nice.
wish every drawer was packed that good. So I'm pretty proud of that one.
Yeah.
This drawer is lots of pliers, obviously.
You know, I didn't know like that these came all the way out. Like that's a huge deal. Like
One thing I'll show you on the other drawers, but I don't know if it's their slides, but they kind of come out slightly crooked, or that they don't come out all the way
really?
unless you kind of pull on it.
gotcha.
They will, but not like as free as this one. And maybe because of the amount of weight, I don't know what it is. It's something that kind of bugged me, but it is what it is.
Man, this is a huge torque wrench.
Yep, so that's a 3/4 inch torque wrench. It goes to like 600 foot-pounds.
Goodness.
Yeah, it'll go to 600 foot-pounds. Might be kind of an oldie, but cool. If you got to torque wheels on a semi or something, you're gonna need that. I need to get a few more of these organizers so I could stack up some more pliers this way too.
Yeah.
This is kind of a hodgepodge. I think I wanted to put this with the rest of my ratchets, but I don't think it fits because it's a shallow drawer, so that's why it's up here. Nice. But I do have the Snap-on digital torque wrenches, and they are a 100-year anniversary, so that's why I had to get them. And that they're kind of a different color.
Yeah, I've never seen that gray before.
Yeah.
And the black? Oh, that's cool.
It's pretty sweet. I like those a lot. And, you know, really accurate. And
that is sweet. Gosh, I love that.
Yeah, that's cool. That's
sweet.
why, see, I like special little details and stuff, so... This is just a Icon torque wrench. I got it when I was working at the garbage truck company because when you're doing wheel bearings and stuff on rear ends, they torque them down to 250 pounds, and this will go up to 250. And the other one that I had at the time didn't. And it's a decent quality. Everyone's saying, you know, Icon is kind of a knockoff of Snap-on, or they're really similar looking. I haven't had any issues. I usually use this for torquing wheels on cars. Nice. Now it's quick and easy. And this set of pliers is pretty sweet. Snap-on. They're kind of like a pipe wrench.
It's like a big set.
To where, you can, you know, really get onto something. You can squeeze it real tight and hold it. That's, as far as I know, the biggest set.
Goodness.
Unfortunately, they've got some rust in them from being in trucks and stuff, but something I just had to have.
Yeah, that's sweet. And you got like tiny, these little tiny ones too.
Yep.
That's sweet.
So I have the full set of the Nip-X version too. That's why I mentioned those gear wrench ones are almost as nice, really.
Are they?
So I got these, but then I got those because I didn't want to use these. Nice. So got the Snap-on pliers set.
Oh, those look...
This is kind of an updated version because I do have the older set, and these are quite a bit longer, and they're kind of squared off, a little bit different end there.
That'd be kind of handy, like when you're trying to get a little bit deeper.
Sometimes, yeah, for sure. They've been good.
Interesting.
So I try to keep these ones a little bit nicer because they're newer and nicer, but I've definitely used them. So I try to use everything I've got.
That's cool.
These ones are pretty cool too. I haven't used them for much, but they're a little bit of a long reach, kind of different style. Yeah. Got a set of flush cuts for zip ties.
Like big ones.
And a small set. Nice, so they came together. Snap ring pliers.
Oh, okay.
So we got some 90-degree ones, some small and big ones, and then some straight ones. And they're, you can switch them.
Oh, yeah.
Also.
Convertible.
Those are cool. Bunch of different locking pliers, vice grips.
Like a smaller, like code reader.
Yeah, this is just a quick, $20 Walmart special, something you carry in your car or whatever, or just something to pull a code real quick.
But these are so, they're so nice because they're so quick. Like, you get one of those big fancy ones and it takes forever to boot up and you got to select the year, make, model, and everything. These just, universal. You just plug it in, find a code, and be done. Or reset it real quick or something.
Exactly, yeah. This drawer is a little on the empty side.
Oh, man, you got all your ratchets.
And then see, this is perfect example. See, it's not coming fully out. This side is kind of hanging up, but if you pull it, it's fine. So this is probably an original from back in the day, or that I had to replace it. I don't know. Would have to look up the year code to be really specific, but I did buy one of these, really early on.
Nice. That's a good length for a 1/2 inch. Too.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's kind of basic nowadays. The same with this 3/8. Oh, they're the kind of, they don't have the handles. They're more of the basic model, but I usually like flex head. You can see a lot of my ratchets are flex head.
Yeah.
They can be a pain if they're too floppy, but I've kind of just learned to control it. And I have friends that give me crap about it all the time. Like, why do you have to have wobbly everything? And, well, sometimes you need it.
And it's so nice to see, like I'm a sucker for really nice polished stuff, like brand new looking
Sure.
stuff. But when you come across tools that you can just tell how many hours have gone into a tool and stuff,
Yep.
it's just so cool.
I wish some of this stuff was a little bit cleaner.
Yeah.
I could have spent a little bit more time, but
This looks pretty clean. I don't know.
it's not bad. Some of the cooler ratchets is I have this full set that's 100-year anniversary.
way.
So it's got the half, the 3/8, and the quarter.
That's cool.
So, and they're kind of a cool, different color.
Yeah, the handle's
So
awesome.
I kept these in the case for a long time and didn't use them. And friends, again, were giving me crap about it. So I said, okay, I'm busting them open. I'm using them.
That's awesome.
So got this extra long 3/8.
Nice.
It's nice. It's just a basic one, non-flex head, snap-on. This is probably a go-to.
Is that your go-to ratchet?
Yeah,
right now?
I'd probably use this one the most. It's a really good length. It's a little bit longer than some of these other ones.
Oh, yeah, it is, isn't it?
It's a flex head. It's got a good handle on it. Nice. So I really like that one. Got a couple Matco ones. This one is a locking wobbly or swivel. Nice. So you can kind of actually set it in position.
I just love the patina. Like this used to be black chrome.
Yep.
And it's starting to wear down. That's so sweet.
That's a snap-on. Yep. Just kind of a shorter one. That's kind of a newer one.
Before. Yeah, that's cool.
Just for tighter. You can see it doesn't have much patina, so it hasn't been used that much. This is kind of a cool ratchet. I don't even know for sure where I got it, but it's an Armstrong.
Whoa.
And I just kind of thought that it was cool how it has that flat.
Yeah. I didn't even
pieces
know they made
on there.
ratchets.
Yeah, so I haven't really used it much, but I think it's cool. Little snap-ons.
That is tiny. Look at that guy. Goodness.
I've actually had this one for a really long time, and I really like it. And I don't know that they still make it anymore, but a 3/8. I just liked how it was all one piece, kind of a big solid thing.
That's got to be the smallest 3/8 ratchet I've ever seen. My goodness.
Yeah.
Like, that's tiny.
Got a couple breaker bars. Those are just Harbor Freight. This Matco extra long 1/2 inch. It also has that locking piece to it on the flex head. Big, I think it's Expert brand. Okay. Yeah, Expert brand. Adjustable wrench. Yeah, when
What do
you need
use those for?
big fittings on equipment or maybe water systems. Like did a lot of work on water trucks.
Okay.
So that piping and things like that. Blue Point adjustable wrenches. And then these are the customized wrench section. Or fine to be customized. Yeah. So this drawer is wrench drawer.
Nice.
Kind of another pride drawer. It's got a few specialty-ish ones. This is the same set, but just in a standard, the Sun X short. Okay. The full-size angled snap-on standard. They even come with, that comes with this angled set. Nice. Is, if you need a, whatever that is, 15/64 little wrench, I got one. Nice. Got some flare wrenches. This little 4-piece set of Matco ratchet wrenches.
Nice. I like how they have the bigger sizes. That's sweet.
Yeah, that's why I got them. Kind of recently got these. These are a Mac set of wrenches. Okay. They're a pretty cool little holder because it's pretty compact. These are great for tool bags and things like that. And they have really good sizes. It goes down, even to 6, but when a wrench set comes with an 8, that's pretty sweet. I didn't like them for a long time. I don't know. I don't know about how this is indented and stuff, but it is cool that they're kind of offset. They don't have the angle like a lot of normal wrenches would. Oh, yeah. But with that offset, you can kind of reach behind and grab some stuff sometimes. So.
Oh, you have same set?
Yep, this is the standard set, and it goes up to 15/16.
Oh, man.
So that's pretty sweet, and all the way down to 1/4.
Nice.
So, yeah, that's a pretty sweet little set. These wrenches I like a lot. They're Matco long reach, flex head ratchet wrenches. Nice. They don't have a selector, so you have to flip them back and forth, but I noticed that it's also got the offset and a little bit more. When you're using it with the offset this way, it's reverse. Oh, but if you flip it around, then it's And it's kind of the same with ratchet wrenches or any wrench. The way that the open end is facing is which way the gear is going to turn.
Oh, okay.
So when you flip it over, it's going to go the other way.
Okay.
So
that makes sense.
But I really like those. They're long. You can get good leverage on them. Break something loose with this end, ratchet it off with that end, whatever. Or break it loose with that side. That's fine. They said that they'll warranty them as long as they aren't arced.
Arced, okay.
Yeah. So if you haven't arced them in an electrical system or something, they'll warranty them. Got a normal set of metric snap-on.
Nice.
And then the metric angled set.
Oh, awesome.
And then some stubby ratchet wrench, Cornwell brand.
Oh, man, those are nice.
And a couple specialty things, I guess, back here don't really use. That's a little tool for the stretch belts, I think specifically on GM products for the AC.
Oh, okay,
It clamps on and helps the belt flip around. And
they don't have a tension anymore, huh?
And then that is for AC systems on heavier duty stuff. They have a square drive that actually opens a valve for you to put in or take out refrigerant.
No way.
So while I was working for the limo company and things like that, I did quite a bit of AC stuff, so that's why I have that.
You say you used to work for a limo company?
Yeah, a limo and a tour bus company and stuff. So
way, that's cool.
worked on tour buses and like a fleet of Suburbans, Escalades, stuff like that.
So how is it like working on a limos? I guess you have to lift them with the post instead of like a regular lift.
Well, and see, we only had a couple of stretch limos.
Oh, okay.
We had a lot of town cars that were the Signature or the L series, to where they are actually a little bit longer in the back seat.
Okay.
They're a pretty sweet car, a Lincoln Town car. But we had lots of Suburbans, Yukons, and Escalades, and then the big full-size vans, like the 15-passenger.
Gotcha.
That was the majority of the limo service, but they did have an excursion stretch limo and a town car stretch limo. Wow. And the way the shop was set up, I was able to lift the town car, but I could only lift it up like halfway, because there was a mezzanine in the building and the hood would get too close to it. So you'd have to like sit on a chair to change the oil and stuff like that.
That must be crazy, like be under it and just see like a car for days, you know.
Well, and it's actually kind of scary how those are built.
Oh, I bet.
Because it's just kind of like thrown together.
It's welded some places and stuff.
Just extensions for everything, like the exhaust pipe. They just put a big piece of pipe in the middle and brake lines, everything. It's kind of weird.
Oh, man.
But this is kind of a screwdriver drawer.
All right.
A different set of snap-on screwdrivers. Nice. This one has the picks with it. I got it because it's different color. Don't see the gray.
Yeah, the gray.
Got these scrapers. These are nice. They're Mac, obviously, but they're pretty sweet. I've used those quite a bit. A bunch of other different picks. Multi-use screwdriver. It's a 100-year one. That one's kind of cool too.
Man, I love
it's got
all
a bunch of
anniversary stuff.
Little bits in there.
That's cool.
This is pretty sweet, and I can't remember where I got it. It looks old, but it's got, it's just a little bit set, but I thought it was pretty cool, the little case and everything. So
it's cool.
Bunch of random little bits there, seal puller, some files, Allen wrenches.
What's that?
This one here?
Yeah.
It's just I don't even know where I got it either, but it's like a big multi-tool.
That's like massive.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's like 70 tools or something in this
like
thing.
One of those kids played toys. Like,
yeah.
It's huge.
Yeah. It's kind of ridiculous. I don't think I've used it much. That's kind of it in this drawer.
Yeah,
it's kind of a mess.
My toes are starting to freeze. It's
this one's got a bunch of kind of basic things, a few pullers, power steering puller, 3-bolt puller. I think this is just like some extractors, plastic pry bars, compression tester, stethoscope for hearing some things. Nice. Some pry bars are mainly line-up bars. So if you're trying to line something up real big, you can shove that in the hole and pry it and move it around either way. Part of a lockout tool, so there's a little wedge. and the airbag to pump up a door.
Oh, yeah.
And I have the rod over hanging on the wall. This one's a good drawer. Got a full set of all these different punches.
Nice.
They are really nice. I've
makes
used
that
them
set?
quite a bit. I believe it's a Mac set. Yep,
Okay.
Mac.
So that's
So
a full set there.
yep. It's got some different ones. They've got some cool angles, pointed, flat. It's a full set. I like it a lot. Got a few more hammers. Custom made hammer. I found the head and
That's
just
cool.
pounded a little metal piece in there.
That's kind of dangerous.
And I was gonna weld it, but it went in there so tight that it's been in there for years.
Oh, no way.
It's a nice little,
Yeah.
I don't go wailing on it or anything, but
Like the head go flying off somewhere.
that's a little spot weld cutter set.
Oh,
so like
nice.
if you're doing body work, you won't actually drill completely through. I haven't used it much, but I plan to.
Nice.
And this is a cool set for the air hammer. It's got 3 different sizes, so you can punch out like pins in things and stuff. Some equipment has just like a little pin that holds the teeth onto the buckets and stuff like that. So it's got different size ones. These are pretty sweet. If someone needs them, they go in your air hammer, and I'm sure people have seen them, but they go in your air hammer. You can put a socket on there, and then you use a wrench on this. You rattle the air hammer to break a bolt loose that's rusty and stuff like that. So snap-on drill bits, Mac drill bits, aluminum burr bits.
Oh, okay.
Because if you use the normal ones on aluminum, it'll just clog up.
Right, yeah.
So obviously I haven't used these. Nice. I got these at the asphalt company because some of the dump trucks had aluminum tailgates and they would crack pretty frequently. So you'd have to grind those out and re-weld it. Huh. Brass punches.
Yeah. So how do you compare like the Mac to Snap-on?
So they're both pretty good. The Snap-on, what I've noticed is it does not like a pre-drilled hole.
Oh, really?
They just will dig. Huh. So I kind of use them as a last resort in a way. But when I do, I'll just go straight to the size that I want and drill it out. The Mac are easier to kind of pre-drill, and I think all of these are warranted.
Oh, are they?
Whereas Snap-ons are not. I don't think they're warranted at all. Huh. On the drill bits. So that was kind of a reason I got these. So I use these first and then I'll go to those.
Okay.
This is a set of like center hole punches. So if you're trying to make something with a specific hole, this will put it right in the center. Yeah. So I haven't used these too much, but this is kind of a little bit more for fabrication and stuff like that. This one's really a mess, but it's my electrical type drawer, voltmeter. I've had it for quite a while. I think it's a pretty common one. I bought it from a Cornwell guy, but I've seen it, this same one, on about every truck. Huh. Got some battery terminal cleaners, quick and dirty strippers, crimpers. These are real handy for a go bag. Then I have these crimpers that are ratcheting. I think these are actually for weather pack terminals and stuff. That set's for spark plug wires to strip and crimp.
Oh, nice.
And like I said, it's a mess in here. It's just all random wires. Yeah. It's a different set of strippers. They're kind of cool. Got some extended leads.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So some of this stuff I haven't used much since I've been home. So that's kind of why this drawer looks like crap, but it's a terminal cleaner and changer. So you can take apart different weather packs and things like that. Oh, wow. So you can pull the pins out of plugs and stuff. So I've used this a little bit, and it's good when you need it. This drawer is kind of a mess as well, but I've got pretty full Matco ball joint press. That's had a lot of use.
I can tell.
I've kind of custom made some adapters, use an old bearing race. This is just a little jumper pack that I've got.
Halo. Does that work pretty well?
It's okay if the battery's got at least a few volts. If it's dead, it won't do it.
Oh, really? Huh.
But it's been all right. This is a big set of seal. It's for trucks. Hub seal installer. I actually have a smaller one. I can show you on the shelf too. Got a set of oil wrench pliers. Those are Blue Point. I've used those quite a bit. These are semi brake adjustment tools. I'm sure a lot of guys will know this. This is a certain style, and then this is a different style. It's got a nice air gauge. It's a Blue Point. Oh, nice. I've used it a lot in the past. And then under here is like a full tap and die. It is a big, oh crap.
Like
it's slightly open.
Oh no. Oh yeah.
But it's more of a full kit of, you know, just about everything. It's always kind of a bad day when these have to come out, but it's nice to have the right ones. In this drawer, got a bunch of cases of things. Just kind of recently got this camera.
Oh, really?
Borescope camera or whatever.
What kind of camera is it?
It's just a Harbor Freight one.
Oh, really?
So
does it work pretty well?
It's not bad. I only used it for one job so far.
Oh, wow.
It's pretty good.
Huh. Like the screen has pretty good resolution?
Yeah, it's not bad. The cheaper of the better ones.
Okay.
It's not the cheapest, but they do have nicer ones. Cool. Vacuum assist coolant system. Yeah. This is the scanner that I was talking about. Oh, nice. It's older unit and not updated completely, but it is a little more legit than just the basic code reader and stuff. So
does that give like live data and stuff?
It does have some. It's pretty decent for what I do. This little body saw, haven't used it much, but it's got future plans.
Yeah. Nice.
Comes with a bunch of accessories, even some files.
Oh man.
I guess so. You could kind of use it as a filing machine. Huh. All these are Mac like extractors or left-hand drill bits.
Okay.
That's a harmonic balancer installer, long reach for Hemis stuff. Okay. This set's kind of cool because it's bigger Allens, but the only thing is, so you use this as your drive.
Okay.
And then you put these in here. But with it being that shank is so much smaller, it breaks easy. So that's the only kind of downfall on this. It is cool that it's adjustable, but if you really have to put some torque on it, you might break them. That is chassis ears. It's got a bunch of leads that you can hook on under the chassis, and then it's got a little controller with headphones, and you can isolate the noise of wheel bearings and things like that. And this drawer is a powered drawer. So I keep chargers in here. I keep most of my lights in here and batteries. I have a power probe. I have a bunch of different lights. I've had to work at night before. So I have these ones that you'd put around your neck. You can move them around and stuff. They're pretty good. If you've got facial hair and these move, it'll snap. But it's pretty good light.
So do you have like a go-to light that you typically reach for?
So when I'm working on stuff, I really like these Cyclops lights.
Oh yeah.
I got a couple of them, and they are very bright. Nice. These ones have 3 adjustabilities. I like to use it on the middle one because it seems like it uses the battery the best. These are great for sticking up on a hood or whatever because they have a magnetic base. You can stick them to a frame rail and kind of aim them wherever you want. This is Harbor Freight. I wanted to test it out because it's kind of a really similar design. This one only has 2 settings, but it's still... Oh, it does have 3. I thought it only had 2, but that's a good light too so far. I've always been a fan of Streamlights. I have the full-size old school Stinger, and then the smaller one, I think that's a Stryon they call them. I have this pocket one.
Oh, nice.
It's the rechargeable one. If you use it a lot, it'll go dead quick.
Sure.
But when it is fully charged, it's really bright. So these are great to toss in your mouth, you know, still be able to work. And I just always keep this in my pocket. This is an okay light. Obviously it got broken somehow. It still works. It does have a UV. Oh. So you can look for leaks and stuff if you've got dyes in systems and stuff. I haven't really used it for that, but I like stuff that you can hang or magnetic to try to keep you're hands free and working.
I'm a huge fan of these, like, they're almost like budget friendly lights.
Yeah.
Because like you get a Snap-on and then you forget it somewhere.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, that is like.
And I actually had a Snap-on, their similar design. I can't even remember what it looks like now, but it broke after not long, and it only had like a year warranty. And so I wasn't able to get it replaced. And I went and got these, and I think these are only 50 or 60 bucks.
Yeah.
I think Cornwell majority sells them, but I think everybody will sell them now. Pretty much it for the box. Also have this gear wrench, magnetic light.
That guy looks bright.
Rechargeable. It's a bright one too.
Oh, nice. Jeez.
So then just a few more other blow mold cases. Tap and die, more of a cleaning kit.
Oh yeah.
Just to kind of clean out threads and stuff like that. Cooling system tester for big trucks. A pulley puller set, which I'm getting another one because this one doesn't have all the adapters that I would like or could use, but it's handy for pulling stuff. These two cases are pretty sweet and for on the go. It's a Blue Point set. This is all 1/4 inch.
Oh, that's a nice service.
So yeah, it's got a bunch of the basics. So I like to keep these out just to throw in a tool bag or in a vehicle if you're going on a trip or whatever.
Yeah.
Then this set is a 3/8 version. That's about it.
What is this thing up here?
So this is designed to go like under the hood of a car, like spread it between the fenders.
Okay.
And you can put tools and parts and stuff in there.
No way.
I just set it up there to put garbage.
So you can, like when you have like a massive job, you just kind of.
Yeah.
That's
and
cool.
then it did come with like a different style fluorescent light, but I got this and I just put it there.
Man, I love that box though. Gosh, it's so beefy. And your cart over there. This, you know, it's so deceiving how like the cart looks. It's a lot bigger in person, you know.
Sure. Yeah.
Well, Cody, hey, I really appreciate you going through all the tools with me.
Of course.
I really do, man. This is awesome. I'm frozen, but like I love it.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Cool.
Hopefully, I wasn't filming too many walls or anything, but hope you guys enjoyed it. Till the next one, we'll see you.